Witch's Curse, the strange death of Christopher Case. Christopher was a normal 35-year-old living in Seattle in 1991. He was working out constantly and taking vitamins and supplements. He had made a career as a radio DJ in his hometown of Richmond. An affable and friendly guy, Christopher's work took him all around the country, including on one fateful trip to San Francisco. On April 11th, while on the aforementioned trip to San Francisco, Christopher met a woman. She was much older than him and seemed to be showing romantic interest in the young man. She became more forward, asking him outright to take her home, to no avail. His polite rejection, however, infuriated the woman. She angrily declared that she was a witch. She cursed him, and most chillingly, that he would be dead by weekend. Christopher was not a believer in the supernatural, and merely shrugged this off as the woman's anger at being jilted. He returned home to Seattle on April 12th, recounting this tale to his friend Sammy, who dismissed the threats as Christopher had. The next time Sammy would hear from her friend would be on the 14th. Christopher called her in a panic, expressing serious concern over what he described as whispers in his apartment that he could not find the source of, shadows dancing around the apartment, and a feeling of being watched as he slept. On the 16th, Sammy would get another call from Christopher, this time claiming he'd been attacked overnight. He detailed being nearly strangled by an unseen force, with such intensity that his body had lifted off of the bed. There were small cuts on his fingers and blood on his bedsheets. The same day, Christopher would visit a religious bookstore in town. The manager of the store, Rodney Higuchi, said the distressed young man had grabbed several crucifixes, and when questioned about his intentions, admitted to him that he was attempting to ward off attacks of witchcraft. He left the store with the crosses and several books related to witchcraft. In his apartment, Christopher had set up salt lines at entrances to every room and spread candles and the crucifixes throughout. The night of the 16th was the breaking point for the young executive. Something led him to leave his apartment and stay at a hotel. Due to this, Sammy could not reach him and called the local police to do a welfare check on her friend. As she was living in Richmond, she of course could not go over herself. The door to Christopher's apartment was locked, and the police could not get in. On April 17th, Sammy would hear from Christopher one more time. Sounding much calmer and resigned, he explained that they had almost gotten him and that he expected to die. The morning of April 18th, his body was found in his apartment. The strange placement of the body was peculiar, but there were no signs of foul play. He was discovered dressed in his bathtub with his head leaning on the wall, facing it. An autopsy revealed Christopher's death was caused by myocarditis, an inflammation that can lead to heart failure.